Hangout on air is live. So it says.
Yeah. It says so on my screen.
Cool. What's up, Debbie? How's it going?
Do they see us? Do they see us?
Yay. Exactly.
I see it on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I thought about trying it on Facebook, but then I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So then I thought not. Should send a link to Anthony and get him to come on and explain this red one.
I don't know. I have a feeling he might go to sleep early because I know he does his show really early in the morning. So maybe not up late at night so much.
Yeah, I've been digging his podcasts, or whatever you want to call them.
I've been watching him every day for sure.
Yeah. What's up, Nicole? How's it going? Yeah, a little impromptu late night live stream because I had nothing else to do. Yeah, like I was telling you, Perry, I went out to try to drive tonight and had the app on for like a good 45 minutes. Uber and Lyft. I didn't get a call on either one.
Oh, what? You had them both running at the same time?
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't think that.
It's the first time since I started driving. It's been like, I'm like, did everybody die in this town or what? There's no drunks out. I know it's Sunday night, but it's cold, but still.
Yeah. Sometimes it happens. I know, I've had it happen even in, areas that are normally super busy, and it's like once in a while you'll be like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
I even sometimes start thinking, like, is the app even working right now?
Yeah, I did that. I like turned it off and turned it back on.
I'll shut it down and then start it back up again.
Yeah.
And think, is there something wrong? Is this thing glitching up?
Yeah.
Shut it down and turn it back on again. It's like, what the hell? What's going on, man? It's really busy around here. No one needs a ride. What the hell?
It was so busy here the other night, well, like a week ago, that there were so many cars downtown that I couldn't get to my riders to pick them up. Like it'd take me like 15-20 minutes to get like 6 blocks down the road.
Yeah, had that happen.
Yeah,
I've had that happen where it's like it's so bad and taking you so long to get to where they're at. I've had people cancel.
Yeah.
where it's like, and I know it's like, they canceled it because of that, because it's like they're sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah.
And I'm not showing up. And
but when it's like that and they call somebody else, it's like, well, you're gonna have to wait for them too.
Exactly. That's what I always think of. Like,
what's up, Jennifer? How's it going?
Unless they just jump into a cab that happens to be right in front of them, which maybe they do, But,
well, I got the
probably will at some point.
Probably will at some point. Got the Periscope red one from Anthony Sanchez running right now. So that's what you guys are hearing in the background. Hopefully that's what you're hearing.
I hear it.
And okay, I was gonna say, start talking about it, it goes completely silent. It's like, no, you don't hear it. I'm doing okay, I guess. Other than, Cold that will not go away.
Cold weather in Florida.
Yeah, man. I'm not used to it. I'm just seriously not used to it.
Any snow down there yet?
It snowed like in Tallahassee and a couple other places. I don't know if it snowed here the other day. It was so damn cold I didn't even go outside. So it could have been a blizzard and I wouldn't have known it.
What was it like? All the way into the lower 40s or something?
It got down to 31.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That is pretty cold for Florida, I suppose.
Florida, it is, man. Yeah.
They're saying this week, I forget what day it was, maybe like around Wednesday or something like that. It's supposed to be up around 50 degrees here.
Wow.
This week. I know, like starting tomorrow, like right now outside, I'm not sure if it still is or not. It was just snowing a few minutes ago. Last time I looked out the window. And but then starting tomorrow, it's going to be warming up like into the like upper 30s tomorrow, I think. You know, going up into the 40s, and even they said we might be hitting 50.
Wow.
Midweek. So
yeah, Jennifer's in a heat wave. It went from -1 to 22. Look out.
Yeah. It is though. I mean, it's weird because when you're in areas like this and you get those sub-zero temperatures, you almost kind of get used to it, and then it goes up to in the 20s or the lower 30s. It feels like it's warm, you know. It feels compared to being like 10 below zero. When it gets up to 30, it's like, ooh, it feels like springtime all of a sudden.
Run around in shorts. Well, it's saying right now here, it is a heat wave here right now. It's 47.
Hey, there you go.
But it feels like 44. But yeah, I was out tonight, and I mean, this is all I was wearing is a t-shirt and a real thin shirt. It was all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know, the other day when it was so cold, no roof by the place. Well, cold here. You're going, quit being a pussy, Rob. The other day when it was freezing here, the worst thing about it was the wind was blowing like 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, you go out in the wind, and even though it's like 30 something degrees, it feels like it's 30 below.
Yeah, no shit, exactly. That old wind chill.
Yeah. I was sitting there in the house, and I looked out on my front porch, and a bunch of my plants were like blowing over. The trash cans blew over. The lids were like rolling down the street, and I was like, screw it. I'll go find them later.
We're not going to chase them right now.
No.
Cold to be chasing.
All do what they want. I'll go to hell. I don't care. Blow in the swamp, whatever. I'll go buy a new one, I guess. And it was not sunny. It was overcast and like misty, and it was just nasty. If I would have had the money, I would have got on a plane and like went to Nicaragua or somewhere.
Here was pretty nasty today. It was like freezing rain coming down and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you sent that picture or posted that picture, and I was our video, and I was like, oh, hell no.
That. Yeah. See, that's the thing with driving, like for Uber. It's like when the weather gets really nasty, it gets busy. You know, I can make money when you get bad weather here.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like driving in that slop, you know, it's like it makes good money.
Yeah. Nobody wants to walk around in that, even people who are used to it.
Exactly it, you know. Especially you get into downtown Chicago, you got all these, you know, business types, you know, going to their meetings here and there or something, you know, just to go from one, you know, office building to another or something. It's like, if it was nice weather, they might be walking, you know. It's like,
yeah.
You are a saint.
Yeah. Yeah, the other night I drove for a little while. I haven't driven much this week at all, just because I've been sick. And who wants to ride around with somebody going, you know? I'm like making everybody else sick. So I felt better one day, so I went out and drove for a few hours, and it was busy. I mean, it was like one call, you know, and then I'm getting another one before I'm even done with the first one, and
yeah, that's nice.
back to back. But it was the same thing. It was because it was cold and crappy out, and
Right.
nobody got time for that. I picked up a guy last week from China, and you know, I did a deal with a guy from Japan a long time ago when I used to build skateboards, and I sold him, I don't know, like 600 or 800 skateboards, and he's like, we had an oyster roast one night, and it was out in the woods at my buddy's house out in the woods, and my friend from Japan, he was all freaked out because it's out in the woods and it was dark, and I was like, dude, are you like afraid of the dark? And he's like, yeah, I live in Tokyo, it's never dark in Tokyo.
Even at night it's all lit up.
Yeah. And this guy I picked up from China the other day, he was staying at the international or the World Golf Resort place here, big fancy Renaissance hotel, and I go out there and pick him up. And actually, I picked him up in St. Augustine. I was taking him back to the hotel, and he was like, "Yeah, I got car, but I went to drive into St. Augustine, and I go down this road, and it's all dark, man. It's scary." Same thing. I'm like, you little Asian fellas don't like the dark, do you? No, I never in the dark.
That's
like, man, I bet you guys freak out if the power ever goes out over there at night, huh?
You got to drive out into the country.
Yeah, same thing. He said it's never dark where he lives. I got my car. I went to drive down that road. Man, it's scary down there. No way.
No lights.
Yeah.
That's why your car has headlights.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But he's like, where you live, is it lit up? And I'm like, I don't have a single street light on my whole street. Not one. Really? Oh, no. How you live there? How you live there?
Oh, God.
It's funny though how, you know, those people have like the whole idea about, you know, Americans and stuff. It's just funny. He asked me what I did, you know, and I said, well, I'm, you know, driving Uber and Lyft, and I play in a band. Oh, you long hair rock and roll, you get all the girls, don't you?
That's funny.
Like, yeah, but it's all in the dark, man. So what's up, Lori? How's it going?
Hey, Lori.
All right, is there any spirits here that are listening to us ramble on about crazy stuff? Oh, the cat got your tongue.
It will have its.
You gotta shut it down.
So any spirits want to come through the red one and say hey to anybody in the chat room, or Perry or me? Guess not. Isn't it weird? Like when we're talking, it's like all noisy, and then we stop, and it's like crickets.
Yeah, no kidding. Like totally quiet now. All of a sudden.
Exactly.
What the hell? That is kind of weird.
Red light's still on.
It's fun.
Okay, it just. It's on.
You're bringing him his lunches now, are you? Let's have a look under that cloth. Huh, very nice. A bottle of champagne, eh? Fresh salmon. 5 cream for his cornet.
I believe it.
Tab one on here. Uh-oh.
Jennifer says, hey. Nicole's saying, hey. These spirits want to tell them hello back.
Let's see.
Friend, why they get
John Bedford.
There we go. Uh-oh, what happened? Try that again.
It is the RED1 from Ghost Hunter Apps. Just running
that bottle all day?
pretty much right out of the app right now.
Dream? This was
Does anybody else have this app out there right now?
Separate.
The RED1?
you are a strange.
Hatred and judgment.
I do.
Hatred and judgment. I'm
Well,
not judging. I'm not hating.
not 100%. I think. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I remembered seeing Lori's with it.
I'm just eating Cheez-Its.
It was a friendly visit.
Eating Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its, man.
Somewhere else.
Whole grain Cheez-Its.
Oh.
Perfect creature.
The jalapeno ones are really good, though.
I don't care for those.
To my profession.
Spicy for me.
I think I'll.
I like the spicy stuff.
Let's see. Yeah. There we go.
Sometimes hungry.
That's
Did it just say I'm hungry?
oh, did it?
Things are much too clear and concise and understandable. And they bred all the confusion out of us a long time ago. Well, now they'll pay for it. Please, tell me. Just look at me.
Man, now it's yakking it up, huh?
Yeah, it is. Sounds like we're watching some old gangster movie.
We all have a unique signature.
Geography, science.
Well, hey, there's some Cheez-Its here. If you guys want them, you're
Up with
welcome.
our brains filled with all genius is all.
I master the television.
They? You can't be so complete.
I'm frank with you. And
Do the spirits like Cheez-Its?
Each week.
Do they prefer cheesy poofs?
Cheesy moves.
Uh-oh.
where'd you get this, Dick?
Did it just say, where'd you get this dick?
I don't know.
Not a bit.
Same one I've always had.
Now this is the plan.
Drop the show.
Sounds like it's all those sort of old-time radio show things.
Yeah.
I don't know what radio channels he has that or not, but
Look at me, Ma. I'm on top of the world.
Rocky's app.
This is the RED1 from GhostHunterApps.com. Mr. Anthony Sanchez.
Is that clear?
Well, is it?
If you are,
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm back.
So, have any weird things been happening at your house these days?
You know, just feel like the knocking stuff still happens.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah. That's not even weird anymore. I'm just so used to it.
Yeah, I guess the answer is yes to that.
Yeah. We were sitting there the other night, you know, and it's like boom, 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 boom. Neither one of us, we didn't even say anything. We were just like, meh. Kept watching TV. Yeah, it happens all the time. Although today, Darcy was like,
Been my cook for 20 years.
she was like, I've been seeing things.
Ah.
Like, oh yeah, the old out of the corner of your eye, like you'd like, because my mom sometimes will like come out of her bedroom and there's like a little hallway, and for some reason she'll do this creeper thing where she'll come out and like stand there for a minute. So it's like you never know, like if you see her out of the corner of your eye, you never know if it's her or if you're seeing something else.
Very neatly and naturally.
There's a couple of times I've thought it was her, and no, it wasn't.
Weird.
He works, but I must admire. Stand behind me.
So Lori wants me to ask, is there somebody next to my light switch over here? This one right over here. If you are, say hello. Don't just stand around like a creeper. Looking over my shoulder.
Anything worthwhile.
Then I told myself,
If you guys are hanging around here, you know I'm not like all deadpan serious all the time. If you can't take a joke, well,
there was a discrepancy.
The humor.
Opportunity.
oh wow, Jennifer, that's weird.
And the
She said something about humor.
Yeah, I think so.
I know I heard the word humor.
Yeah.
What else it said there?
City spirits, you know,
Talking about joking around.
yeah, you like joking around, you like humor.
Los Angeles appointed
You could tell me who likes joking around here and
a
hiding stuff and knocking on the walls.
Riviera.
My dogs see you sometimes. Yeah, it's always fun when they look at something and growl and you look and you don't see anything.
You got to wonder, what are they seeing?
Yeah. It's like, and I think I'm crazy sometimes because I'm like, are they seeing something or do they just know they're screwing with me? And they're like, watch this, we'll screw with the humans. Let's make them think we see something.
His name is Paul.
Caught him off guard.
She
So any of the spirits here know Jennifer or Lori or Debbie?
he's running through your system.
I always forget I can do the old pop out chat.
Oh. I always do that right away. First thing.
I obviously don't.
Operate.
What make you out, Bedford? To be drunk?
I never seen you before.
You never seen who before? Never seen me before? Well, introduce yourself.
That's
You've got to convince.
Life, I can tell you.
Well, they'll ship you out.
Finally.
So let me throw it on the.
It's a don't.
Throw it on the international channels and see what happens.
There you go. Think it's either like Japanese or Chinese or something, you know, for coming through.
Yeah.
So some Asian language. I don't-
So can anybody come through these international channels with some English?
20世纪30
是遵循正道的。
It definitely seems to get a lot more of that on the international channels.
Music.
Yeah. Sound like it's saying wonder. I did. I took an Uber drive. I ended up in Jacksonville the other day, and I went in Guitar Center because I happened to be right by it, you know. And I think it's the first time I've ever been in a huge, giant guitar store full of musical stuff.
Really?
And I didn't buy a single thing. Nothing. Not even a pick.
Why you normally like go to the smaller stores?
Well, yeah, I do, but I mean, I've bought my last 3 guitars that I've bought. I bought them offline from Z Sounds because they do financing. But yeah, I went Guitar Center and played a bunch of guitars, played a couple like really expensive guitars, played some really cheap ones. Looked all around and man, they just didn't have anything that I was interested in. It was weird.
I don't know. I've been actually kind of getting ready to buy a new guitar. I've been wanting to get one for a little while now.
Oh yeah.
To my collection. Well, I don't know. I think I'm gonna maybe sell a couple of my old ones to help pay for the new one. But
yeah,
been looking at what I don't know. I've been looking at a few different places, and like you say, there's a lot of places where you can order them online, and I don't know. I just don't trust really ordering them online. Because I always think, yeah, but if you get it and there's something wrong with it at all, then you gotta such a pain in the ass. You gotta box it all back up and pay to ship it back to wherever the hell it's going to, and wait for them to send you a new one or whatever, and hope that one's good. And hope that
it's nice to go in
delivery comes.
Yeah, it's nice to go in and actually hold and play the one that you buy.
Right, exactly. That's why I like too, and it's a pain in the ass because the one the guitar I've been looking at, it's like, it's the cheapest place I've seen it is actually Guitar Center. Funny you should mention that, and it's a lot more expensive everywhere else that I've seen, and but it's the weirdest thing. I mean, I'm looking it up on through the website, and the website will tell you like what stores have what in stock actually there or not, and it's like it's unbelievable to me how many times, I'll look at a certain guitar and think, "Ooh, that was pretty cool," and I'll check, and it's like they don't have it in any of the stores, And I think, "What the hell, man? Why?" It's like, do they really expect me to spend this much money on a guitar and like not be able to sit down and play it, and actually pick it up and look at it and play it and see what it sounds like and feels like? And that's why, how that is with the guitar. That's an important thing, you want to know what it sounds like and how it feels, and that, you got to pick it up and play it, in order to know if you like it or not. And it's like, I'm not going to just take a wild guess and think, "Oh, this one might be cool because it looks cool," It's like, yeah, but you might get it and it's like a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I picked up some, fairly expensive basses the other day, and God, they just played like crap. I'm like, it's a big music store. Why don't they like set these instruments up that they're trying to sell? You pick it up and the strings are all buzzing and everything, and it's
wow,
like, really?
Because
it was a Fender.
Kid types that work there,
Yeah,
dumbass 20-somethings that don't know shit.
I picked up a Fender that was like, it was like $2,000, and it had a little selector switch on it. And I plugged it in to I think I plugged it into I think it was an orange amp. It sounded good, I hit the selector switch or the tone switch or whatever it did, and it was like it was all staticky and it like wouldn't work. And I'm like, this is a $2,000 guitar. It's like already crapping out before it even gets out of the store.
No shit. That's crazy.
But I will say my two favorite basses that I have is that Ibanez that's all funky with the lights and crap all over it that I play like every weekend. I bought that sight unseen, ordered it offline, got it, loved it. And my acoustic bass, I got a Breedlove acoustic bass. Never played one at all, never even held one, and I ordered it, and it's my favorite acoustic bass.
Oh, and got it online?
Yep.
Oh shit. Huh.
And I got a Washburn right in back of me there in a case that I bought online. It's a Washburn AB10 or whatever. Gets great reviews. Everybody loves it. I just don't like it. It's been I played live with it like twice, and I've only played it like 6 times altogether.
Oh shit.
And it just sits in a case. Tried to sell it a few times. Didn't get it. So it's just sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah, that sucks.
And the case that I bought for it, it's like a $250 case. I didn't pay that much for it, but when I bought the guitar, it was $699, and I think I paid $150 for the case. It was used. The case was. So it's just sitting there collecting dust. But yeah, the other two, my two favorite basses are ones that I've bought sight unseen, never played them before. I just had a feeling about them, and
that's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, definitely.
And this guitar that's sitting right in back of me, it's just an Ibanez acoustic guitar, and I bought it like, like at least 25 years ago.
Huh.
And it wasn't super expensive. I think it was on sale. I bought it. It was like, I think I paid like $450 for it or something. Yeah, I've played, I go in like the special room at Guitar Center where all the Taylors and high dollar Martins and stuff are. And I like this cheap Ibanez better. Just sounds better, easier to play for me. Weird.
Yeah, no kidding. And huh.
I guess just because a guitar's, $3,000, not going to make you play it any better.
Yeah, that's for sure. And yeah, I don't know. My favorite is and it's weird because I just got like really, I think I just got really lucky on finding it at the time I bought it. I got a Gibson Les Paul. It's actually a 1978.
Oh, nice.
So I got that through the little serial number thing. I figured out. Well, I found it on the website because it's sort of like a weird code.
Yep.
Certain numbers mean certain things, and it actually tells you by the serial number on the headstock. What date it was made and what factory it even came out of. So that's cool. And but anyway, man, that one it only cost me about $400 at a pawn shop. I bought it used like back in the 1980s.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what year it was, but that was back like, well, I'm sure you remember the 80s, like everybody was into like sort of the weird ass shaped guitars and stuff. And it seems like at that time, the sort of more standard normal guitars weren't quite as popular. And I don't know, maybe that's why it is kind of beat up quite a bit. It's got some I don't know,
It's not beat up. That's character.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't affect the way it plays or the sound of it. I mean, all the electronics work good, and it sucks though because it's like originally it had P90 pickups. It still has one of the original pickups, and then some dumbass went and pulled that out and routed it out and put in a dual humbucker in it instead. And I always think, man, I wish it had, both of the original pickups.
Yeah.
Whoever wired up the pickup that they added to it, wired the tone control wrong, because when you turn it to the off position, it actually is turning it up. It's like it works backwards.
Okay.
And everything's perfect about it.
Yep.
It's really weird because I didn't pay much for it, because it's like, how, with those old Gibsons, they run really expensive. And it's like, now it's like, man, I probably couldn't touch that guitar for, under $1,000 now if you went, to even in the sort of slightly beat up condition that it's in, it's chips in the paint and stuff, and not perfect. But it plays freaking awesome. I mean, it stays, because I've heard people complain about even some really expensive Gibsons that they have problems keeping them in tune.
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot of stuff written up online with people having issues with Les Pauls in particular, of having trouble keeping them in tune. And this one's like, man, I don't know. I guess I just got lucky, because I mean, it stays in tune awesome. I mean, sometimes I won't. It'll be sitting in the case for a month or so at a time, and I'll pull it out, and it's like, damn, the thing's still in tune.
Oh, nice.
It's like, play for an hour or so, and it's like it's still in tune.
Yeah, my guitar player in my band had one that, same thing, man. Wouldn't stay in tune. He took it and had a like a locking nut and everything put on it. Still wouldn't stay in tune.
Oh shit, that's weird.
To drive him crazy.
Just I must have just got a good one, and like that because it's weird too. Because at one time I was thinking of selling it and getting something different. And I was out looking at other guitars and playing other guitars, like some really expensive ones, and none of them played as good as that one. Like, because like the action on it is so fucking low. I mean, I adjusted it from when I first bought it, but I have it set really super low. I mean, you barely have to touch the strings to play it. You know, you barely have to, you know, it takes like no effort at all to push down the strings, and, you know, and no buzzing or anything. You know, I can set the action really super low on the strings, and it, you know, it doesn't buzz out on me or anything. So it's like, man, just plays smooth, you know. I just got lucky. I found it at, you know, like I say, at a pawn shop for, I don't know, I forget the exact price, but right around $400. I don't know, I remember. And but anyway, but lately I've been looking what I've been, I don't know, I spotted it a while back. Actually, shit, it was like over a year ago. I was looking at the same guitar, and I see that they have it on a sale price right now at Guitar Center. I was looking on their website for a few things and spotted it again. I'm thinking about buying the Gretsch.
Yeah.
A big old hollow body.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I've always loved those. I always sort of wanted some kind of hollow body. I mean, I'd like to get a Gibson, but the price on those are through the roof.
Yeah.
Because I love
one that
the 335s and the 355s. I love those, you know, like sort of like what Chuck Berry plays, you know, those, or even the style, like I don't know what the model number is, like the kind Ted Nugent used to play.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It's Birdland. Yeah, Birdland,
they're called.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I always like the that one's like those, the real big, real thick, you know, hollow body ones. You know, I don't know. I love the sound of those. And but I don't know, the one I've been looking at, I see like every review I see on it, you know, is like everybody loves them, you know, and it's only like $700, you know, the one I'm looking at, and it's like the next price up is like, you know, over $1,000 easily, you know. I mean, I know some of those go for like, you know, like $3,000 and shit on some of those, and
yeah.
I'd love to get one of those, like the $3,000-$4,000 ones, but my bank account says something different.
Yeah, exactly. I got a buddy that makes birdsong guitars out in Texas, and I've been wanting. That's the only bass that I actually want, and the only problem is it's gonna cost like a couple grand.
Yeah, that's why
one of these days.
What I'd love to get is like maybe like a Chet Atkins model or something, you know, like the Chet Atkins signature model or something, you know, or even like an old 1960s or 70s Gretsch, you know, like an old vintage one, you know.
Yeah.
You look at those and it's like $4,000. What?
Exactly.
I don't have enough for that.
Nobody got time for that.
I mean, it would be nice, but
what kind of decks are you guys talking about in the chat room? Terra decks or what?
Yeah, we're just boring everyone with this guitar talk.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I finally opened this deck that I've had for over a year, and it's always been sealed up. But you know, guys know I'm weird, so I have that one.
Oh, the Demon Terror.
Yeah. The artwork's really awesome in this thing, though, and it's kind of cool to read the history and whatnot on all the demons. May not be the smartest thing.
It's a little hell.
Yeah, it says. Let me see. I'll quote what it says on the back of this box. Does anybody have this, by the way, or does anybody want to admit that they have it?
Me.
Yeah, the it's got a paragraph on the back, and it tells all about the deck, and then at the very end of it, kind of what got me. It says it's the next best thing to dragging a. It's the next best thing to dragging a demon into your living room. That's awesome, huh? So yeah, everybody's like, oh hell no, exactly. Yeah, don't ask me why I bought it. It was, I don't know, it was one of those weird things, but the artwork is pretty cool. The back of the cards, they're all kind of black and white like that. That's the back of the card. It all looks the same. But yeah, the artwork on everything all looks like that. So it's pretty cool artwork, and it's got a little description and whatnot. But yeah, it's set unopened on my shelf for probably over a year.
Huh.
And then one night I opened it. So that's what happens when I get bored. Get bored, next thing you know, I got demons in the living room. Damn it. But
blood dripping down the walls.
Yeah. But then again, in actuality, all it is paper and cardboard. And I think a lot of it depends on your intention and how you use it.
Yeah. Sort of like a Ouija board, you know?
Exactly.
It's like, damn, get over it. It's just a little, it's a kid's toy made by Parker Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hell, you can use a kitchen spoon in a bad way and it can be a murder weapon, gouge somebody's eyes out with it.
I was just gonna say.
You can also eat ice cream and be happy with it.
Yeah, there you go. Oh god.
Yeah, I didn't buy it with intentions of dragging demons in my living room. But I will admit that I'm curious about the history of them and stuff. So maybe, I don't know. Next. Anybody that's messed with ghost boxes and stuff, Jennifer, I'm sure you're a lot about all that stuff. But yeah, anybody that's listened to a ghost box and you hear these weird names come out of it, and people are like, oh, that's a demon's name, shouldn't say it, shouldn't, well, hell, how are you going to learn about it if you don't read about it? So
yeah, what are you gonna do?
Jennifer's like, oh yeah, they love me. Again, it's all about intent, I think. I've seen like several ghost shows lately that they get called into a house or whatever, and even some that I've not seen ghost shows, but I've heard people telling me about. They get called into a residence or whatever, and they're having a ghost problem, and they think there's something bad going on there, and then they ask them, have you guys been like doing anything to provoke this? Well, kind of, sort of, yeah. Well,
board.
Yeah. We used a spirit board a couple of times. We thought it was a joke. Next thing you know, we got demons in the living room.
Yeah.
It happens.
You never know. So let's see. Did you? Did you turn off your app or did it just go all?
It just got quiet. Yeah, so I turned it off.
You did turn it off then.
But yeah, it just totally went silent. I don't know what's up with that.
Because we started yammering about guitars.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, screw these guys."
Oh, said we're out of here.
So I have this one running. I'll run it for a few minutes. Then, if you want to run something, please feel free. Anybody guess what this is?
Posse, Fred. Gareth wants with Pine Creek Fork.
It's not the red one?
Nope.
The beat poses as radio gets called everything from gang to
SCP-2?
Nope.
No, I'll take the jitney.
It's a new one.
Sweet box.
There you go. Sweep in the house.
He just said, "There you go."
Yeah.
After you did.
Weird.
Forward as William Batista, child movie star.
Quick, we'll get the boys together. We'll go after.
No, I'll take the jitney into town.
Sounds a lot like the red one did.
Yeah. It's like
Time radio shows again.
Yeah.
We'll get the boys together. Go ahead.
Now that's not a bad alibi.
Pine Creek Fork. Pine.
All right.
See you later, Mom.
See you later, Mom.
The beat poses as radio gets.
So, anybody want to come through the sweet box and talk to us tonight?
That old army, they weren't equal. Now,
Andy Joe. First.
one of radio's trailblazers.
All right, Betty.
Did it just say something about red one? Maybe I'm hearing things.
Army, they weren't equal. That's right.
Posse, Fred. Gareth wants with Pine Creek Fork. Pine.
One of radio's trailblazing announcers introduces what he calls a little beat.
All right, Betty.
But since that old army, they weren't able.
Fred. Gareth wants with Pine
Seems to be
Creek Fork.
talking about the army an awful lot.
One of radio's trailblazers.
Betty.
Think through such a problem. To make a decision that may mean life.
The ones who should have noticed it before you are those.
Hey, Joe. We're saddling. Tom wants a pop.
Pass 2 wires from the battery through a rubber stopper.
Child movie star.
This is the sweep ghost box, Lori.
No, I'll take the jitney into town and get my.
May mean life or death.
It's all in forward.
The ones who should have noticed it before you are those.
Hey, Joe. We're saddling.
For 45 extended play records, the man.
In the driver's seat. As radio gets called everything from gag to gadget. At best.
The boys together. We'll go after.
No, I'll take the jitney into town and get my car.
Through such a problem.
Gotten the update for that one yet?
A bad alibi.
I think I did.
All right.
5 extended play records, the master is 12.
One of radio's trailblazing announcers introduces what he calls.
Come on in the house, quick. We'll get the boys together behind the trees.
What did the update do to this?
Now that's not the bad.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
I haven't updated mine yet.
I think I did.
Introduces what he calls a little piece.
I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know. Who knows what I did last week? I took so many cold medicines. Who knows? I think I did, though.
The rest of you keep firing. Sweep!
Before you are those.
Where's
Said sweep again.
Tom wants
The master is 12 inches in diameter.
your Uncle Pete.
That's what she said.
We'll get the boys together and we'll go after.
No, I'll
Get out and get behind the trees.
Could have noticed it before you are those.
with Pine Creek Forks. They're right.
Cases. The
Oh, yeah, that says burst. Yeah, so then I did update it. Let's see what happens when we hit that
All
button.
right, Jack, let's. Where's your Uncle Pete? Where's your...
Everything from Jack. Introduces what he calls.
Yeah, there's the new little button,
As radio.
I guess. It says burst.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uncle Pete.
We were held up, Tom. 3
I know I haven't updated mine yet. So.
3 men. They took the flying bee pig.
Jag the Gadget. Blazing announcers introduce from a Broadway show, The Peach Poses.
Hey, hurry.
Betty, where's your uncle?
Somebody got an Uncle Pete? Because it keeps asking about Uncle Pete.
Where's your Uncle Pete?
Where's your Uncle Pete? He owes me $2. Now this one just got really quiet.
Uh-huh.
Let's try.
Yeah, Debbie, I had some good stuff come through there. Just last time I used it. Just out of the cemetery.
Oh, yeah. They're right. It's in reverse now.
I was going to say, I had mine just about the whole time I was using it. I had it on reverse and had a lot of stuff through it. It was
An unbreakable impact case.
Test yourself. I'm sure.
Be established through learning and reinforced through practice.
Yes. Yes.
You feeling any better, Debbie? I saw your post said you hadn't been feeling too good the last week or so. Funny, I went to 2 stores tonight, convenience stores. So I was cooking dinner earlier, and I was out of salt and pepper. So you figure, convenience store, they're going to sell salt and pepper. No, 2 of them I went to, no salt and pepper. So I went and got like a handful of these little salt and pepper packets that were over by the hot dogs.
There you go.
I did it hobo style. I'll give some of the free condiments. Oh man, Debbie, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to another store. I'm trying to legitimately buy salt and pepper. So now I'm just gonna do it, hobo style and just pilfer the condiments.
There you go. They're giving them away for free. Why not take them?
Yeah.
Ghetto seasoning.
What's that?
Jennifer and Chet.
Yeah. Ghetto seasoning. Exactly.
A whole bunch of packages of ketchup.
Yep.
Got tomato soup.
Exactly. Done that before. Yep. Go in the convenience store, get a bunch of packages of ketchup, maybe some hot sauce or something. Go home, put it in a bowl of hot water. It's like tomato soup. Or just have a ketchup sandwich, mayonnaise sandwich or something.
Yeah, I haven't had to do that lately.
Yeah, me either, luckily. Well, until tonight, but wasn't because I couldn't afford to buy the salt and pepper. I just couldn't find it. But yeah, I've lived on ramen noodles for like a month. You go and you buy that big giant pack of them for like $10. So, I got dinner for the next 2 weeks.
Gotta do.
Yep. But now I'm living the high life. I got a job and I can afford things that Mountain Dew that are probably terrible for me. Yeah, they are, Debbie. I try to limit myself on them. That's my one downfall. Quit smoking all the crack, but I still drink Mountain Dew. Hell, bad thing about it, probably Mountain Dew's probably worse for you. But I used to drink the diet Mountain Dew, and that stuff will definitely rot your brain. So now I drink the stuff with real sugar in it.
Well, not Mountain Dew, but go to Dr. Pepper usually.
Yeah.
That's what I go for.
Yeah. Yeah, I can buy a 12-pack of Mountain Dew, and it'll last me like 3 weeks or so.
Oh, I was going to say a couple of days. That's what
It'll last me a couple of weeks easy. But everybody else, like Darcy or Sam that's here. Sam can go through a 12-pack of Mountain Dew in like 2 days. An 18-pack in like 2 days. I'm like, Jesus, no wonder you don't feel good. You're rotten from the inside out. I haven't been hearing a whole lot here.
Yeah.
You got something you want to try?
Yeah, sure. What the hell?
Probably.
Yeah, Debbie, I've been eating a lot of stuff out of my garden lately. So, like I say, Mountain Dew is my downfall. You know, though, Christmas, I probably did eat way too many cookies. Man. Yeah, I was doing really good losing weight, and I've lost like 50 pounds, but then over Christmas I've gained probably 8 or 10 of it back. Damn cookies and pie.
Yeah. Holidays will do it.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I still have candy here from Halloween.
Yeah, same here.
I bought candy. I didn't know. And the stupid ass building that I live in here doesn't allow kids to trick or treat.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that.
I didn't know that, and I bought a couple of bags of candy. So I was like, "Oh, now I got candy for a couple of months."
Yeah.
I'm still eating this shit.
Yeah, same here. This is like the 3rd year I've been in this house, and I've yet to have a trick or treater come to my house. It's like a couple of them come down the street, and they get to the end and look at my house, and they're like, "Oh hell no!" I hear I'm a freak.
That's weird.
I think they think I'm like Buffalo Bill or something. I'm going to answer the door and some or something. Dance.
Picture out of my head, quick.
Really? Oh man, sorry about that.
Oh god.
Puts lotion on its skin.
And
let
me try. It'll run. Yeah. The GB2 Ghost Hunter apps. Let's see now. Okay. Okay. There we go. Would help if I turn the sound up. Add some reverb there. Oh. Let's see. Can you hear that okay?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. It's weird. I'm not sure why. I only hear it in one ear of my headphones.
Oh really? Yeah, I've heard it in both.
I don't know why. Hope my headphones don't have a problem. What?
Did it just say your name?
I think it did.
Yeah.
Hello? Someone calling my name? Is someone here that knows me? So are there any spirits here that have any messages for us here tonight? Rob's video went out. Are we still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. There he is. So is there someone here that said my name?
I'm gonna sound like it said it again in that gnarly voice. Yeah, Debbie, I got big chunks of that.
Cool. So if there's someone here that knows me, who said my name, could you tell me your name?
Sound like it just said it again. Like in the back, like Barry.
One of those friendly little demon voices?
Yeah, you know. Send you my cards.
Okay, maybe this is something you can tell me. Is there anyone that knows who it is that made this app, the GB2? Can you tell me his name?
Did you hear that?
Did it say Anthony?
That's what I thought it said.
I think it just said he heard me.
Yeah.
Might be wrong, but
Yeah, we heard you.
do you know who Anthony is? Is he something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's try this experiment. Where does this sound? Let me turn the backward effect on. This should be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Reverse the sound of that sucker.
That's pretty freaky, Jennifer.
Change that reverb setting to the one that Jamie always says it sounds like it's tapped into hell. Is it still saying my name again? Or am I imagining that?
Yeah, I thought I heard it too.
I thought I heard it twice since I put it out of reverse. What happened? Oh. Okay. Do you have anything you'd like to tell us? Yes. Do you have any messages for anyone else watching and listening to this? Maybe you could say someone else's name. Okay, let me turn it's creeping me out.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky sounding.
Weird enough from going forward.
Yeah. It's real dark sounding in reverse.
Oh shit. Ever since seeing The Exorcist, I don't know, that backwards stuff always freaks me out a little bit. When the priest is listening to the tape recordings in reverse, it's like all that. It's not another language. It's English. It's just backwards.
Exactly.
It's the devil. Can anyone say hello to Rob? Or tell us who's at his house that knocks on the walls?
You guys tell me what kind of crystal this is I'm holding. And yeah, my fingernails are painted because I'm a freak.
Tell us what kind of crystal Rob is holding. I think Jennifer's right.
Yep.
Are there any spirits here that like crystals? I have lots of them.
Yeah, can you guys say the name of this crystal one more time?
I don't know. I didn't hear it, but maybe they could tell me what I have right here. Can you tell me what I'm holding? Can anyone tell me what this is I have in my hand? I don't know. I didn't hear him say it, so. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
I'll be back in just a second here.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab something.
Okay. Can anyone out there say hello to Jennifer or Debbie? Maybe there are some spirits near or with them that can come through way over here and speak. I don't know, Debbie. Maybe it did. I didn't. How are you doing? Did someone say, how are you doing? Gloria? Is there someone named Gloria?
Did you say we love you?
I don't know. Someone there named Gloria? I was going to say, I think that's the name that was on a grave that I found at the cemetery the last time I was there. I think it was Gloria. I think, is that the right name I'm thinking of? That was kind of weird. I don't know if you saw that video or not that I shot Rob, that in the cemetery where it was like a little homemade marker.
Oh yeah.
Like a little tiny wooden cross, maybe like a foot tall, that you could tell was like a homemade thing with like hand, maybe like hand painted with some little flowers on it.
Yeah.
And, I think the name was Gloria Taylor.
Huh.
That was the name on it. And you could tell like the ground right in front of it, like, had just been dug up, you know. It was like,
wow, fresh,
you know, definitely, because it that marker wasn't there the last time I was at the cemetery, which wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
you know. And so that was something I've never seen at a cemetery. One of those little, you know, it sort of looked like one of those little, I don't know if you ever, you know, like when someone like gets hit by a car or something, and they'll set up, you know, along the roadside those little,
yeah,
or, you know, a little cross, and people, you know, leave flowers and stuff in. Little memorial spot. Looked like one of those, but
yeah, a bunch of the cemeteries I go to here have markers like that. There are a lot of homemade ones.
Yeah, so it's like made me think, you know, probably just someone that didn't have the money for a regular, put up a homemade one. So is Gloria here? Computer wants me to update. Of course. Now it wants me to update.
Oh yeah.
On my little tablet. Update my spyware.
Yeah, we were talking about crystals and stuff. How about this thing?
Whoa, the heck kind is that?
Yeah, it's not a crystal. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I was just watching a show the other night. It's actually a YouTube video or something, and I've seen some shows on this. I found this like in 1987, and I've kept it ever since. Yeah, it kind of looks like a cannonball. But has anybody ever seen the if you haven't seen it, you can look it up, these weird spheres that are found all over Costa Rica? Well, this is one of them.
Really?
Yeah. And
made out of, or?
I have no idea. No idea. I found this thing, you know, and I'm walking around kind of out in the jungle where I was at, and you know, I like kick this thing and I look down, and it's this round you know, it's this. And I pick it up and I'm like, well, that's weird, you know, and I'm thinking, what the hell is it?
Like it's made out of a rock, or it's not metal, is it?
No, it's not metal. It's a rock of some sort. But
I don't know, just from, you know, it's hard to tell on the video screen. I don't know why it made me think of a thing. Let's see. I think I have some of it right over here. If I could reach it. There it is. A thing called Ascensionite. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah.
Here's a little piece of it here.
Yeah.
And that's what it, I don't know, that's what it made me think of.
Yeah, the first year I went to Costa Rica, it was 1987, and that, you know, Costa Rica then was pretty no man's land, and yeah, I found this, and then you know, I pick it up because you know, it's a round rock, and I'm like, wow, look, it's a cannonball. That's the first thing I thought of, you know. Right. I'm keeping this. I'm bringing this home. And then I'm like in downtown, like in San Jose in Costa Rica, and I look, and there's this big, huge, round one of these, but it's like 5 feet around. I mean, it's huge.
Oh shit!
And then later on that day, I was like another part of downtown San Jose, and I see another one that's like 3 feet.
Wow!
And they're like all over Costa Rica, all different sizes.
Huh.
I found this one just out in the freaking jungle, basically. And as far as I know, I've looked up information. There's a lot of stuff on it. These just weird spheres around Costa Rica. They don't know how they were made or where they came from.
Huh. They don't know what they're made out of.
I'm sure somebody, I mean, they got to be able to know what they're made out of.
Yeah, you would think someone would do some kind of test on them, you know, to try to figure out what kind of stone it is.
But I've had it ever since. Who knows? Maybe it's from outer space. I don't have a clue. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it obviously looks like somebody shaped it into, you know, I mean, usually a regular natural rock doesn't end up that perfectly round, you know.
Yeah.
So it looks like somebody definitely I mean, even, you know, like they're saying, a meteor, you know, even a meteor isn't so perfectly rounded like that, you know.
Yeah, just doing a quick little Google thing here. Yeah, there's a picture of one. Stone spheres of Costa Rica. It says stone spheres or stone balls of Costa Rica are an assortment of over 300 petrospheres in Costa Rica, located in the Diquís Delta and on the Isla de Caño. Locally, they are known as Las Bolas, the balls. Got balls, man. Spheres are commonly attributed to extinct Diquís culture and are sometimes referred to as Diquís spheres. They are the best known stone sculptures of, I don't know, I can't even pronounce that name, area. And they are thought to have been placed in lines along the approach of the houses of chiefs, but their exact significance remains uncertain. Yeah, well, I picked one up and brought it home. Maybe that's what's been wrong with me all these years.
Never know. Let me go ahead and shut this thing down. So let's see. Do any spirits want to give us any messages before I shut this off? Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yeah.
Reverb turned way down. The pedal. I was wondering why it didn't have that sound that Jamie always talks about.
Oh yeah.
Like it's tapping into hell, as she says. There's that hell sound. Do you have anything you want to tell us? Maybe something about the rock that Rob has?
Can you tell us anything about the big balls of Costa Rica? Chiefs, big salty balls.
Shut that reverb off for a minute. Let's see what it sounds like all clear. Yes, tell us about Rob's big balls.
I only have one. I'm a uniball. Unless we, go like this.
Said lopsided balls.
Lopsided. One of them's pink. The other one looks rotten.
Go ahead and shut this one down. So thanks for talking here. If you did, maybe we'll turn something else on that you can use. Go ahead. It
says here in the old Wikipedia that the spheres range in size from a few centimeters to over 2 meters, 6.6 feet in diameter, and weigh up to 15 tons. Yeah, this is that's where this came from. And said they appear to be made by hammering natural boulders with other rocks, then polishing them with sand. The degree of finishing and precision of working varies considerably. So yeah, I don't know what the purpose of them was. I mean, do they just sit around and make these round balls of stone just for fun? There had to be some, reason for it. I mean, like it said before, it was guarding the entrances of approaches of houses of chiefs, but their exact significance remains uncertain. Who knows? But yeah, I was cruising around, and after I found this, and then I saw this one. I don't know if it was this one in particular. I think it was. But yeah, that's some big balls right there. But same thing, same material, same look and everything. Mine is just a lot smaller. Yeah, that's what she said. But yeah, same color, same everything.
Yeah.
And I've had it ever since.
Cool stuff.
Anytime I sleep with it next to my bed, I wake up in the morning, my butt hurts. I don't know. Dream of aliens that night.
Oh God.
Yeah. That Rob, he's a real weirdo. But yeah, it kind of sits in my crystal collection as one of those. I know where it came from, but I don't know what it is pieces.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was weird. The other night we were just sitting there watching this video, and it was like one of those YouTube videos about like weird unexplained things. And next thing I know,
Welcome to Spirited.
hey, anybody guess what this app is? And this thing about, these unknown spheres of Costa Rica comes up, and I'm like, hey, and that was like sitting on the table right next to my chair. But yeah, initially looking at, especially being here in St. Augustine, that's the first thing anybody that sees it, it's like, oh, it's a cannonball. But nope. Well, at least not from here anyways. Maybe it was a cannonball there. Who knows?
I don't know. I think, for the most part, unless I'm wrong, I think, weren't cannonballs always made of metal though?
Yeah, I thought so.
I mean, unless at one time, maybe
maybe they were like
rocks,
Colt balls. Who knows, man? Who knows what the actual significance of them are? There's so much in our history that is unexplained.
Yep.
I always wonder, like, how did we go from, the Egyptians that built these big, huge pyramids, and they have like all this intricate stuff in them. I mean, with today's technology, we can't build that. But yet they did it back then.
Yeah.
And how did we go from that to like, the pioneer times, people living in a wood shack and crapping in the woods? It's like we went backwards. Is there a bunch of lost civilizations of people? What happened? How did cavemen,
If you believe some people, they'd say aliens helped them make.
Yeah. I was going to say, how did cavemen sit in a cave and draw, pictures on the wall of spaceships? Were they out there eating some weird mushrooms and just having these trippy hallucinations and drawing them on, or did they actually see spaceships and draw them on the wall?
Good imagination.
Yeah. The cavemen, didn't know how to make a wheel, but they knew how to paint a spaceship.
Yeah, right.
It's
strange. You never know.
It's the aliens, exactly. So can any of the spirits tell us anything about these weird balls of Costa Rica?
Or the aliens.
Or the aliens. There you go. Yeah, or even go forward in years and years and years and years to what's his name down in South Florida that built Coral Castle. Everybody has a theory on how he did it, but nobody knows how he did it. We can't do that kind of stuff today with our modern technology. But yet one little 5'2" dude can move these boulders that were like 30 tons by himself. Really? Leverage, magnetics. He said he had the power of the pyramids. He discovered the power of the pyramids.
Lots of slave labor?
Really? Who knows? Can the spirits tell us what the power of the pyramids is? Something about music. Can you tell us anything about Edward Leedshanken? I think that's his name. Yeah, you see all these movies about like traveling back in time. Yeah, if I could do that, I think it'd be cool to go back like when they were building the pyramids and like learn something significant, like how they did it or who it was that actually built them.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to go back to those days though, because
Really?
I just capture your ass and add you to the slave labor lines.
But even you know, I've heard stories about, you know, some people say that they had all these slaves that built it. How, you know, is slave labor gonna know how to do the stuff that they did and be able to carve those stones with the precision that they did them in?
Yeah, no shit.
You know, maybe there were some slaves, maybe there's some smart ass slaves. I don't know. Or were they taught by aliens? Something significant happened.
Yeah.
I want to know. The things that make you go,
Well, you got to wonder too how long it really took them to build those, you know?
Yeah.
Got to figure. Probably took a hell of a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've heard they were built by this huge slave labor force, and then I heard that no, they weren't slaves at all. I don't know.
Yeah, right. I've heard the same thing. It's like both stories, you know, and who knows what the truth is, you know. We'll never know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you see these movies, you know, when they're building the pyramids and they have these, you know, slaves rolling these huge boulders on logs, but
well, I know I saw some kind of special where some guy was like trying to prove, you know, that it's totally possible that, you know, the way they built them, you know, to move stones that big and that heavy. And he built some kind of big ass contraption that, you know, just uses like, you know, leverage and stuff, and you know, some different gears and things or something to you know, where like even like one or two people with fairly minimal effort, you know, could move stuff huge, big, huge, giant, slabs of stone, and pick them up and then, lift them and set them into place and stuff. And
wow.
I forget, I don't know, one of those sort of science-y sort of shows, that,
There's like, minimal room for error and that kind of thing.
Right, exactly.
Lifting a stone that weighs 30 tons, you don't want to like
it's all carved and stuff, and going up to those heights, I guess, you could say, yeah, maybe they built, stuff alongside it, because I've heard that theory too, that they sort of, built up stuff, alongside of it as they were building it, and then took it all down after the fact, and, they could build up mounds of sand or whatnot up to the sides of it, as they're going, and so who the hell knows?
Has anybody in the chat room or anything, have any of you guys ever been to like any of the pyramids?
That's something, man, I always wanted to.
Me too. Yeah.
From when I was a little kid, I always thought it would just be so cool to go there and walk around those and stuff. And I don't know, I think now it's still the case where they sort of made it to where you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, probably so.
To where it's sort of like off limits to the general public now.
You still got to, at least be able to get close enough to see them, I mean, you see them and you see pictures of them and they, they look big, but those things are like, they're really big. Yeah, same here, Jennifer. I want to go there. I want to go to Easter Island one of these days too, because that place is another trippy place that, again, it's like everybody has theories on what these things are and how they were made, but nobody really knows what their purpose is. Just a bunch of people sitting around and said, oh, let's carve these big totem looking things out of stone because we're bored. We're stuck on this island. We don't have anything else to do. 2,000 years from now, we'll freak a bunch of people out when they find them. Yeah, I would think if any place is gonna be like have a mojo on it about it in it, yeah, probably one of the pyramids, one of the Great Pyramids would probably be a pretty mojified place. I saw those Indiana Jones movies. Yeah, Ulrich, anybody going to Egypt 30 years ago plus had to be a hard, grueling trip for sure. Can any of the spirits tell us anything about any of the pyramids? You guys know what we're talking about? I keep hearing something about music. Yeah, fried scarabs. Tasty. Once you get past the crunch. Yeah, I was going to say that'd be crazy to us, but it's like a local delicatessen to them. See, that's the kind of stuff that would scare me, is to come across a pack of wild dogs in the desert at night. Because you know they're hungry. Just say wolves. I think we lost Perry. I was wondering why he was being quiet, and then I looked up and he was gone. The aliens done abducted him. Yeah, I've had a couple of things happen like that, Jennifer, where I've asked, about something or someone and got the name of some place or something instead. I don't know where he went. Exactly. These Greys don't have those long fingers for no reason. They may be short, but they got some long fingers. Wow, that's cool. That would be another cool place to go one of these days. And again, that's weird, being that, that's a radio that's scanning. So, what you heard wasn't something that was, programmed in there somewhere. And sure, a radio could mention that island, but you know, what are the odds of that happening? Especially an island like, you know, there's like a million different places that could come across the radio, but that one island in particular.
That's necessary. Hi.
Exactly.
You should get home with her.
Did it just say Perry's name again a minute ago?
Oh, hey there, Rob.
What's up?
I'm back. I don't know. My internet crashed.
Ah.
And it's still down actually, but I use my cell phone as a hotspot.
Ah.
So luckily that's an alternative.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but so far so good. It connected me.
I have to go back and listen to that because right before you came back, I swear I heard your name. I swear I heard Perry, and then I heard, where is he?
Really? No, let's see. I don't think I'm connected anymore to. Let's see, or maybe I'm still connected because I didn't log out actually. On my Gmail account. Let's see. She's in there. Did it say what? Let's see. Where am I at here? Am I still logged in here? Oh, I think I am. Oh, okay. There it is. Let's see if I can.
Yeah, I thought I heard that too, Debbie.
Because I can't see the chat room right now. So let me pop that screen open and might get echoey here for a second. Let's see. Ah, okay. That's working too.
Cool.
And what do you know? Aren't cell phones something else, huh?
Yep.
It's like, it always surprises me that I can actually get a fairly good connection.
Yeah.
It's using my cell phone's hotspot thing. And that I could actually do this, you know, and it's freaking working. You know, it's like, wow, okay, that's it's a pretty cheap it's a pretty cheap phone. It's not an expensive one. It's an Android one that I didn't pay much for it.
Yeah, I just had one of my friends give me an iPhone 6 today.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean that's what I normally use. I have an iPhone 6 Plus, but was running, you know, Uber and Lyft in my car. I've been using my iPad and my phone, and I run two separate, you know, devices with both apps running, so I don't have to switch back and forth.
No shit.
So yeah, my buddy he got a new phone, and he was like, "Here, take my old one."
Yeah.
And I thought it was like an old, you know, older phone, and he handed it to me today, and it's an iPhone 6. I'm like, and it's like in brand new condition. I'm like, holy crap, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have to go back and listen to that because when you were gone, like Debbie and Jennifer, a few people heard it. It sounded like it said Perry Mason at first, but thinking about it, I think it said Perry's missing.
Missing? I think he just said missing. I don't know though. I'm thinking I probably shouldn't hang on here for too long. I'll burn up all my all my data. Won't have any left over for for using Uber.
Exactly.
That's the one thing. It's like with my phone plan, I don't have unlimited data.
Yeah,
good amount though. It's 5 gigabytes per month, which I never even come close to using.
Yeah, we've got 10 here. We got the shared plan, and I never come close to ever going over.
Yeah,
we were gonna actually drop it down. But yeah, I'm gonna cut out of here pretty soon myself.
Yeah.
Speaking of Uber stories, my friend who drives up in Jacksonville, she just posted a thing today. She had to kick 2 guys out of her car today.
What'd they do?
You know, well, one, you know, her being a female, a good-looking girl, she's, you know, picking up drunk guys at the football game this afternoon, and of course they wanted to go to the strip bar. And then they wanted her to come in the strip bar with them, you know. And yeah, she just said they were like screwing with her radio in the car and just being jackasses. And finally she was like, she doesn't take much shit from anybody, and which is what I like about her. But yeah, she said she finally had enough of it, pulled over in an empty parking lot, and she was like, get out. Just kicked them both out, left them hanging in the empty parking lot. You go, girl.
She probably just called another Uber.
Yep. Yeah, they weren't too happy, she said, but whatever.
Yeah. Hey, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, you can't actually report, you know, passengers if they're you know, hopefully she did, and because they can actually, you know, depending on what people do, they can actually get sort of, you know, banned from using Uber them, you know, as riders, you know.
Yeah, I know, you know, every time it comes across for a ride, I mean, you don't see their name or I mean, you see their profile, but it, you know, it has their rating on there, you know. And if I get a ride that's like a 2 or something, I'm like, do I want to pick this person up?
Oh, that's really weird. Maybe it works different because you're using an iPhone, and that, or you know, maybe different. You know, I mean, maybe in Florida things are different than here. I swear to God, because I've thought of it so many times. I always think I don't even know why they bother having the rating system for the riders, because I've never once seen the rating of any of the people that I'm driving.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine comes right up.
It never shows that.
Huh.
For me here. I mean, and I've, you know, one time in particular, well, probably even more than once, a couple of times. You know, when I had thought about it, and it was, you know, I did it when I was like sitting at a red light on my way to pick somebody up, and I was tapping on different screens on the app, you know, trying to see if I could find their profile, you know, and if it shows me any information, if it shows any, you know, any of the rating information. So I thought, I don't know why the hell they even have me bother to rate these passengers when I can't see what their rating is.
It's weird.
I always think too, it's like, you know, how excuse me, how they make us, you know, put our picture in, and I always think, why don't they make the passengers put a picture in there? Because, you know, you can't see who they are, you know.
Well, I think they do that. I think they used to do that, because now, like on mine, a little place where a picture comes up, but it's just a little character. You know, you can't tell if it's male or female. It's just a
right. Yeah,
exactly. Just a
exactly.
little cartoon picture. But
Plus, too, I guess it probably wouldn't do much good either because I don't know about you, but I have really often I pick up people where it's not the person whose name is on it, where it's somebody else, you know, using, you know, where you know, my friend so and so, you know, called the Uber for me, you know, and that sort of thing, you know, where people, you know, sort of piggyback on somebody else's app.
Yeah. Yeah, I picked up a girl the other day that, you know, when the name came across, it was like Barry or something like that, you know. And
yeah, that too. It's like where you think
and it's like this pretty girl standing there, and I'm like,
right,
that's not what I was expecting.
Yeah. I always hate when it's just the opposite, when you got some girl's name on it and you pull up and some dude gets in the car. It's like, you don't look like a Karen, you know, or whatever.
Exactly.
You know? Are you Anna?
Only on Thursday nights.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll have to check that again. And hopefully I'll think of it.
Yeah, when mine comes up, it'll have the name. Well, not initially. It won't have the name. And I think they did that because a lot of drivers were like, you used to be able to see the destination. And Lyft just started doing that again. But you got to have like a 90% acceptance rate or something to unlock the feature where you can see the destination like before you accept the ride. Because, you know, sometimes you'll accept a ride and, you know, it's like 3 hours away or something. But yeah, I think
mine will show. Well, it'll show me how far away. Damn, it'll show me how far away the person is I'm picking up, but it doesn't show where they're going to.
Yeah,
and that's is I don't know where they're going to until I actually they get in the car and I actually start the ride.
Yeah,
you know, then it pops up, you know, where they're going to, and it's like, you know?
Yeah.
Too. That's why I usually, you know, if I see when it first comes up, you know, when it first does the ride request thing, and it'll say, you know, that the person's like 2.5, 3 miles away, and you know, I'm in an area where it's like a lot of traffic and shit, and it's like it's gonna take me forever to drive, you know, those 2 or 3 miles. And what I always hate about that, usually, you know, if it's over a certain distance, I don't even accept it.
Yeah.
And I always think too, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to drive through take me forever to get there, driving through a bunch of crazy ass traffic to drive, you know, 3 or 4 miles to pick this person up. And it's going to end up being some short little ride that's only going to pay me like $2, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to take you a half an hour to get to them. You're going to burn up a bunch of time and gas, and then, you know, only have a ride that's, you know,
yeah,
2, 3, you know, a couple of blocks down the street.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm watching my modem here. The lights have been flashing like crazy. I'm wondering if it's back on now. Looks like it might actually be back on. I might be able to switch back to it. Well, I'd have to disconnect from this though and reconnect with the other on the other network. So screw it. Yeah. I'll stay on my phone. It's working so far.
Yeah.
Surprises the hell out of me, but it's working.
Yeah. I can't tell any difference.
Yeah, me either. It's like, that's something.
Well, cool. Everybody in the chat room, thanks for hanging out with us in the little impromptu weird hangout.
What's that?
I was just saying, thanks everybody in the chat room for hanging out with us. We're going to bail on out of here, I reckon.
Oh, already?